Arizona with Khalil Tate?
Like, yeah, I would love to. Like, I would love to see. Like, I don't know if I've bored you guys with this theory before, but I'm gonna give it to you guys again. Like, so Arizona State, right? They had a good running back last year. I think he's getting a run right now with the Dolphins, and they've had Osweiler, who actually was okay in college, and they had Jake Plummer, but it blows my mind to this day in 2018 how Arizona State football is not good. Arizona State should have been Oregon. Arizona State, have you guys seen the commercials for that school? Those girls exist in real life at their campus. Like, they're in 10s and 15s. Like, these girls are smoking hot. And it's...
That's why they're not good. They're too busy with the girls.
Oh, my God. So, it's the easiest school to get into the country. Smoking hot girls. Weather's incredible. The jerseys are, like, Oregon level now. Now, they're not Oregon, but they're, like, really cool jerseys. A really cool city. How is Arizona State not able to recruit better football players?
Because they're not going to...
They should have been Oregon 10 years ago.
They're not going to class because they're with those smoking hot girls. That's why they don't go to practice. They don't.
Good. Tell them don't go to class. Just show up to football practice.
Well, they don't go to practice either.
Put it online. Just win.
I can confirm about the whole class thing and football practice. My cousin.
In this easy school that'll hire Herm Edwards as their coach. That will work.
Hello, you come to be with the girls.
My cousin went to Arizona State and dropped out, so that's definitely accurate.
Dan O'Shea, your cousin went to Arizona State?
And dropped out, yeah.
And dropped out. Okay.
Because of the distractions.
Because of the distractions. Okay. All right. That makes sense. But no, you're right. Arizona State.
Hey. Remember, attended Arizona State. Remember that on a resume. It's not graduated. Just wrote attended.
Attended. Okay, that's a good point. But Arizona State, I just feel like they must have a terrible athletic director or whatever, because they should be good. Even with Brock Osweiler, they were all right. They've never been they've been spoilers. They've kept player or teams from, the Rose Bowl and stuff. They've never themselves been a very good team.
And even last year, the Pac, I want to say it was the Pac-12 North, and I might have got that wrong, but there was a spot where a bunch of teams were 4-3 going into, I think, the first weekend of November, and they had a chance to play at least in the Pac-12 title game. And that's why I don't want to pick Washington, because there are good teams out west. Just Washington figures it out, I guess. Even when, remember, and you'll remember this as a Penn State fan, even when Washington got into the college football, they went undefeated in the Pac-12. Look, you're already reacting to it.
They did go undefeated. They got beat by USC. They got beat by USC. They didn't go undefeated.
Penn State had 2 losses.
Penn State had 2 losses to Pitt and to Michigan.
Right.
Yeah, which was really frustrating because one of the teams that was that Washington scheduled was Rutgers. Penn State plays Rutgers because they have to. Washington plays Rutgers because they choose to, which is a completely different topic. We'll talk about that. Actually, next week is the Big Ten, so we'll talk about the Big Ten next week. But it's so frustrating now that you're bringing that up that Penn State didn't make that playoff. But whatever, I'm not part of the committee. So let's go through now the ACC. Unfortunately for you guys, your team plays in the ACC. The ACC is broken down into 2 divisions, Atlantic and Coastal. The Atlantic, Clemson won with an overall record of 12-2, conference record of 7-1. NC State overall record of 9-4, conference record 6-2. Louisville and Wake Forest both finished with 8-5 and 4-4 in conference. Boston College also went 4-4 in conference, but they were 7-6. Florida State, the biggest disappointment of the ACC, obviously, was Florida State because Frenchie went down. They still went 7-6, 3-5 in conference. And then we have your Syracuse Orange, who went 4-8, including a win over LSU, right? No, they lost to LSU. They beat Clemson. It was Clemson they beat, yes. But Kelly Bryant got hurt. And we'll talk about Kelly Bryant in a little bit.
I don't care. That was one of the most entertaining games I could watch.
Don't stop it. Don't put them. Stop it. Kelly Bryant was hurt going into the game. He was afraid. Don't try to...
He was afraid. Well, you might not have to worry about Kelly Bryant playing this year because there's this god of a football player named Trevor Lawrence who is at Clemson, and he might be their starter. So we'll find out. But in the Coastal, you have Miami, who is a sham, absolute joke, if you ask me. 10-3 overall, 7-1 in conference. Virginia Tech 9-4 overall, 5-3 in conference. Georgia Tech at 5-6 overall, 4-4 in conference. Duke, who surprised the hell out of me last year, 7-6 overall, 3-5 in conference. Virginia, who also surprised, went 6-7 overall, 3-5 in conference. Pitt, who I knew was going to be terrible because their quarterback was, what was his name? Max Brown, transferred from USC. Awful. They were 5-7.
My neighbor was named Max Brown. Growing up in Lakeland, my neighbor was named Max Brown. It's a true story.
Oh, that's great.
He spelled it with one X. Unlike Max Brown, who spells it with two X.
And then North Carolina 3-9 overall, 1-7 in conference. Biggest stories entering 2018: Clemson quarterback battle. Trevor Lawrence, Kelly Bryant. What do you know about Trevor Lawrence other than he was the number 1 overall pick, NFL style quarterback, and he's got beautiful locks?
Here's what I'll say about Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, he does have all that. He looks. First of all, I'm glad you brought up Trevor Lawrence's locks because that guy is going to be. You know about him. I know about him. There are going to be some college football fans who have no clue who he is until he actually plays or gets on the field, and then they're going to be going nuts, and Twitter's going to explode, and Barstool's going to explode, and I'm sure like 104, everyone's going to love him when he gets on the field. The problem with Trevor Lawrence is that in Dabo Swinney's offense, they've had this happen before. Taj Boyd was the incumbent quarterback at Clemson, and that Clemson team, I probably discussed this with you guys actually last time I was on, like, the Clemson team, when it was Taj Boyd and Sammy Watkins, and I think it was Wayne Gallman, might have been in the backfield, might have been somebody else, like Vic Beasley was younger. Like, that team was ridiculous. And Martavis Bryant was on the outside. That team was stupid good.
Right.
But people forget, Deshaun Watson was a true freshman on that team, and he did not beat out Taj Boyd for that starting job. And Deshaun Watson was the number 1 recruit in the country. So, like, Dabo Swinney's gone through this before. So, as good as Lawrence is, unless Bryant gets hurt and it's a Jake Fromm situation in Georgia, where, you know, Jacob Eason, I think, was the quarterback, was the top-tier quarterback. He got hurt, and then Fromm came in. That's how I see it. Like, Lawrence is very good, but I don't think Dabo's going to give him that spot that easy.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but I think you're talking about Taj Boyd, who was upper level, and Deshaun Watson, whereas I don't think Kelly Bryant is anywhere near the level of Trevor Lawrence. Jake Fromm might also have an issue as well. I haven't seen anything about Justin Fields being redshirted, so I wonder how he is going to factor into their offense at Georgia this year. He decommitted from Penn State, the asshole, and decided...
That's what you get!
The amazing thing about that, though, is like a guy like Fields is like Tua in Alabama last year, and he's like Easton in the. What they can't do is they can't redshirt these guys. Like they probably promised him, like, look, you're gonna compete for the starting job. Like, it's the. I can't swear on the podcast. Can I swear?
Yeah,
on the
you can
podcast?
swear.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just say this. I'll swear next time because now it won't be as effective. It's a bologna sandwich recruiting tactic, is what it is, because they'll tell guys they're gonna compete, and they'll just blow their redshirt year. And that's what happens now. Like, those guys should all redshirt. Like, it's not a big deal of redshirt, but because they think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and maybe they are. But, like, it's a quarterback position. You're going to Georgia. You're going to Penn State. You're going to, like, these really good schools, man. Like, you may not play your first year. That just happens like that.
Right. So, I'm interested because I think Kelly Bryant, obviously we've seen he has an injury, or he's been injured, and once you start having injuries, there's a possibility that they recur. I know there's science that says it doesn't happen. There's science that says it does happen. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. But what I do know is I don't think Kelly Bryant is that good, and everything that I've seen from Trevor Lawrence is fucking amazing. So yeah, we're explicit now. Yeah. So I am excited to see what Trevor Lawrence can do. He is. Maybe it's just a little reminiscent of Sunshine from Remember the Titans, but
Sunshine.
But that's just one issue that Clemson has to deal with. Is the quarterback. They've also got to make sure their defense, plays up to the expectations, which, in my opinion, is being way overhyped, having had 2 of their defensive players listed as in the 5 best players in college football. Just like right there, you're just messing with people's minds. But the next question I have in the ACC, Frenchie okay. How is DeAndre Francois going to be? Is he going to come back and play timid and scared? Is he going to hit the ground running? What can we expect from DeAndre Francois?
Man, that's a good question about DeAndre Francois. First of all, does he have a neck tattoo, so that makes him intimidating? He does, right? Or like a face tattoo?
Yeah. Yep. But
DeAndre Francois, like remember when Jameis Winston showed up and he was already his freshman year better than E.J. Manuel and Christian Ponder? And E.J. Manuel and Christian Ponder were first-round draft picks. Like, that's what happened at Florida State. Like, these guys are, because they're Florida State quarterbacks, we assume they're really, really good. And DeAndre Francois, before he got hurt, he's a nice player. And then Florida State sucked. Like, if this is like the NFL or professional sports league, you'd be like, okay, you lost a quarterback, and your team got a lot worse. And I remember going on the air last year, we were like, God, Florida State, don't mind. Their backup's good. Their third stringer's good. They weren't. What they call the backup quarterback who came in Florida State? They call the Thin Reaper or something.
Yeah, he's so small.
The Thin Reaper was his name or something. Yeah, he was awful. But DeAndre Francois, it's a good year for him. If he plays well, we talked about the Heisman a little bit earlier. People are going to talk about him for the Heisman. Look how much better this team is with this player. I'm not a super fan of DeAndre Francois. I don't think he's better than Winston. Maybe he's a smaller Manuel. I'd like to see how he I think he made some. Here's the thing. I think he made some super freshman mistakes his first year under center, and people gave him a pass for a lot of that stuff because that guy's a freshman. He'll be fine. He's not going to get that pass this year from Seminole fans. It's just not going to happen.
No, Seminole fans are some of the worst fans in college football.
Well, especially after the season they had last year. They need a bounce back, and they need to come back because I can almost guarantee you, too, the Seminole fans don't like to see Florida do well, but you can be rest assured that they weren't happy that Miami had the season they had last year either.
That was a fluke. I think Miami's a joke.
You know what? Guys, they lost their coach. Jimbo Fisher left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Jimbo Fisher's at Texas State. He left. He left Florida State for another job. How do Florida State fans feel that Jimbo Fisher left for the coach of the Aggies?
For a lesser job. Exactly, a lesser job. So, Jimbo Fisher. Other things, I was surprised at how Duke played last year. I don't know if you remember, when we did our picks, I called their 4-game win streak. I'm like, no, they're going to suck for the rest of the year. And then it happened. Miami. Am I wrong saying that Miami's season last year was a fluke? I feel like a lot of things fell into place for them to have success, but I don't think that they were that good of a team.
All right, so I'm not going to avoid your question, but I think I'm going to answer mine and then ask you a question here on this about the Miami thing. So I felt the same way about Miami. I remember my top 25 poll I did. I always get Miami low. People forgot how easy that schedule was. In Miami, it's like Miami, Michigan, and Notre Dame, and a little bit like for your beloved Penn State. A lot of those schools, especially in college football, because they've been in Texas is like this as well. Because they're such traditional powerhouses, they will get the benefit of the doubt from pollsters and voters and stuff. But you're right, they didn't beat anybody, which is true. But when they finally had their biggest game of the year, which was against Notre Dame, and I think we might have talked last year right around that game line. I thought they were going to get crushed by Notre Dame. I thought Notre Dame was going to run them out. And they did exactly. They had a turnover chain. They went out very Notre Dame. It wasn't in the game. So, they played in the biggest games of the season pretty well. If I'm not mistaken, they lost in the ACC title game to Clemson. They were really super.
Didn't they lose to Pitt?
They played better than I.
Wasn't it Pitt that beat them?
They lost to Pitt. Pitt beat Miami and Clemson back-to-back seasons, right? And I think Pitt might actually beat Florida State at one point, too.
Yeah.
And they did lose to Pitt. So,
I get what you're saying about Miami. Like, were they a fluke last season? I guess that's